get on the way. Isn't that right, Dalan?
That's right, baby.
Get on the way. Okay, I'm not sure how close we can get to these animals. Isn't that just incredible? We can get that close to these guys out in the wild. I feel blessed right now. This is really nice. It's like in the middle of nowhere. This whole city, this whole town is in the middle of nowhere. And there's this massive shopping complex. It almost looks like a massive Costco. Well, first time in a public bathhouse. Okay, day 4 here, waking up in Mongolia. Just over to the distance over here, you can see the White Stupa that we showed you guys yesterday. Last night was very, very good compared to the other few nights. It was no wind, it wasn't cold. CJ and I actually slept quite well. Right now though, we're packing up camp and we are heading about 205 kilometers south again to a place called Yolyn Canyon. And here, lots of mountains and a big canyon. On the way, we're passing through a relatively built-up area, so we may can stop for supplies. There's also a public bathhouse, which is quite common here in Mongolia. Because everything is quite spread out, there's public bathhouses along the cities and some of the larger villages. So you can stop there and have a shower and freshen up. So we'll probably do that and experience what that's like. But until then, let's pack up camp. We've just had some yummy breakfast, some coffee, water bottles are full. When we pack up camp, we make sure that we take all of our rubbish with us. We do not leave anything behind as if it was like we were never here. Best way to camp. So now we're going to pack up and get in the car and get some things charged and get on the way. Isn't that right, Dalan?
That's right, baby.
Get on the way.
A few moments later.
All right, so we're packed up, we're heading off, and we've got some friends here. We've got some goats, we've got some sheep, and of course, we're in the desert. So we see ships of the desert, the camels, the two-humped camels. Check these out. Very, very close. Very close. Let's go out for a closer look.
Oh, really?
Yep. Okay, I'm not sure how close we can get to these animals, but these ones are really, really cool actually, because most of these have still got their fur on their winter coat. But the ones that we've seen previously have starting to lose their coat. They look a bit raggedy, they look a bit rough, but these ones look in good nick. Look them out. Look how close we can get to these guys. Hey, isn't that really cool? Something really special. Oh, he's yawning. When looking at these guys, a big thing to look at is the humps. And that's how you can tell whether or not they're healthy or not. And let me tell you how. So a good size humps, so you look at the two humps, so you look at this beige guy here, got really distinctive two humps. Now if you see them and they're sagging down or they're even floppy, it means that they're malnourished and potentially dehydrated. So in that case, when the camel finds water, they can actually drink up to 200 liters per day while they're being dehydrated. So these camels actually need a lot of water, so it makes you wonder how they survive out here in the desert. But they travel for kilometers and kilometers to find their water and to find their food. So out here in Mongolia though, they're used as a source of transportation for their goods. Each camel can actually hold 250 kilos, so they hold a lot of weight, which is why they're called ships of the desert. Yeah, but later on during our Mongolia trip, we're going to get a real close-up look at these guys. So really interested to see how they operate and get up close and maybe even touch one.
I think because they're so shaggy right now, I think they're losing their winter coat because we are coming into the summer here. So that's why they're so rough looking.
Look a bit raggedy.
Yeah.
But really cool nonetheless. What's really interesting though is these guys out in the middle of nowhere, right? See this, where all the camels are now? This is just a random water well here. And there's a guy here working on the water well, must be doing some maintenance. And the camels are just walking straight past him and getting water. So let's see if we can get a little closer look. We'll walk really, really lightly. We won't disturb them. Really interesting to know that these camels are just so relaxed and I just want to get some water. Really cool. This gentleman here is just walking up to the camels and literally grabbing chunks and pulling it off. Because I think, you know, just that time of year and potentially going to use the fur for wool, for a pillow. Really cool. Can't believe I'm witnessing this right now. It's really interesting. Isn't that just incredible? We can get that close to these guys out in the wild. It's really special to see, to witness this. Here in Mongolia, this is just normal life. I feel blessed right now. This is really nice. And just like that, you've hit the main road. You feel so secluded everywhere you are. It just goes to show you that we really do not know this landscape whatsoever. The locals really have like a lay of the land here. Just goes to show you that we don't really know where we are. Feels good to be back on bitumen. Okay, so now we're in the shopping center. Once I find out what this shopping center is called, I'll let you know. But it's like in the middle of nowhere. This whole city, this whole town is in the middle of nowhere. And there's this massive shopping complex. It almost looks like a massive Costco. It's so funny. They just sell everything here, like TVs to plates and food and kids' toys and dirt bikes. And there's just everything here. So we're gonna get a few supplies and we'll probably get some mugs because we need some mugs. We need a knife and maybe a few other things. Awesome that this is just conveniently placed in the middle of nowhere for us. It's fantastic. Okay, so this place is called Nomin Supermarket. They're everywhere in Mongolia. We picked up a coffee mug because yes, we need them right now, but it will also be very useful for later on down the track. And this one is super thin. It's only 500 liters and it comes with a cup. Like the lid is a cup, so can justify it. CJ's still making her choice. I'm not sure if we need what kind of food we need, but basically in these supermarkets you can get anything your heart desires. Like I said, it's like a big Costco. It's really cool when you're driving, see nothing for hours, and then bam, all of a sudden a little city and a massive supermarket.
Okay, so that took way longer than we expected, but I think we've got everything we need. If we don't, we'll find out. But no shop for the next 6 days or so. So we've just come into a local restaurant. Whereabouts are we? What's this city called?
Dalanzadgad.
Say again?
Dalanzadgad.
Dalanzadgad. That one.
That's where we are. We're in a local restaurant. Here, don't expect to find English anywhere. Translates okay, but not perfectly. Or you just point and pick. Get what you're given. So we have ordered traditional Mongolian dish, which is fried dumpling. It's called horshaw. They are huge. And we have also ordered beef and egg. Another Mongolian dish.
Because they have it.
And what is this sauce? Is it like a gravy sauce? This sauce?
I think.
Meat sauce? Meaty sauce.
Soup.
We're gonna dig in. Noodle. With kimchi.
Okay.
Beef noodles with kimchi on top. Looks great. Alright, let's dig in. Good.
Tasty.
This here is delicious. So it's been 4 days. 4 days since we've had a shower and we are still in the same town, city. Haven't left yet. We've rocked up to a public shower place though. So I assume they create these because you go camping for days and then pass through the city and have a shower, then off you go again. But it costs 5,000 Turek per person to have a shower, which I think would be fantastic. Probably a toilet in there.
Also, this is Mongolian money. It looks pretty cool. This is the 10,000 Tugruk.
Very rippable though, right? Yeah.
I'm not going to do it, but yeah, it feels very paper-like.
Yeah, so let's go freshen up. Tasty.
A few moments later.
Well, first time in a public bathhouse. You know what? It wasn't that bad. And the shower rooms are actually a decent size. So I can imagine, like, after you've been camping and not seeing civilization for a week or over a week, seeing a public shower house or bathhouse as they call it, public bathhouse, it would feel very, very good. That's our last shower for the next, I think, 7 days. So we washed hair, washed face, washed everything, changed clothes, ready for the next week. All right, so quick pit stop to the mechanic. Turns out on day 2, a seal broke on a car and we didn't know about it. Until today, day 4, and Booyah, our driver and our friend, told us, hey, we might need to stop because something broke in day 2 and I need to fix it now. So now we're at the mechanic. Turns out the mechanics are too busy to fix it and they've said, you can do it yourself. In Australia, that would not happen. Very interesting. So now Booyah is underneath the car fixing the part. So in Mongolia, you need to be prepared for everything. We've arrived at camp and it's going to look a little bit different than the previous 3 nights. So tonight, night number 4, we are staying in Omnogovi Province. There's a bunch of gers here and we're going to stay in one of them, which is going to be really, really cool and unique. It's going to cost us around $38 Australian. Booyah's behind me. But inside is just really open plan with some beds and a table. It's got full electricity so we can charge everything. And behind us in the grey shed over there is completely shower and toilet facilities as well. But have a look inside. Pretty cool. So it's going to be really, really nice to recharge and the roof is a little low. Recharge and charge all of our devices and have a good night's sleep. And yeah, it's going to be great. Looking forward to it. Staying in a go, man. In Mongolia. How good. There is an opportunity to hire horses here and you can actually do this trek on horseback. So that could be interesting. The landscapes is just something that I can't get over here in Mongolia. It's just absolutely stunning. An incredible amount of dinosaur bones and dinosaur eggs have been found in and around this location. We are off to the next destination. And if you have loved following along our travels here in Mongolia, make sure to stay tuned to see what we do next and where we end up. See you there, guys.